Going abroad for studies at a such young age is always challenging for students because life there changes completely.
What led you to this business management program? Why only this program?
I belong from a business family. I've seen my dad run a business since I was a child, so it always fascinated me how exactly a business runs. So I just wanted to study about it. And
How did you got to know about UPI study? Like कैसे पता चला? किसी और से पूछा या आपको खुद कहीं you have seen online?
I came across UPI's video, like the first video, so it was so fascinating. They were offering admission in directly third year. I was like, wow.
So you said challenges. Is there any specific one which you want to address?
The one I faced the most was of food because I was not such a good cook. So yeah, I used to miss my mom's food.
Okay, so now do you cook?
Yeah, well,
What do you cook?
everything.
Great,
Now, like,
great.
I have a master chef.
Really?
Yeah.
How did your perspective changed in terms of education, in terms of the quality that you felt there?
I felt that the quality of education is actually high over there because
Hello, hi, and welcome to AcadFly's podcast. I am Shatakshi Singh, and today we have Somansh Goenka with us. He's a fourth-year student in the business management program at the University of Prince Edward Island, Canada. And Somansh's journey is very exciting because he has taken a direct admission into the third year of his college by completing 24 courses through UPI Study. Right?
correct.
All right. So, hi, Somansh. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
Okay, so this podcast is going to be very interesting because we are going to know a lot of stories from him, the challenges he faced, the time, the transition, everything. So, Somansh, let's get started. And my very first question to you is, where are you from? And what inspired you to, study abroad?
So I'm from Delhi itself, and when I was in class 12th, I had a thought in my mind, let's go abroad, study. It was a culture back then, like everyone used to go abroad for their
Yeah.
studies, for quality of education, of course. So yeah, I started researching about it and I decided I would be going abroad.
Okay, so let's talk about your academic journey a little bit. Can you give us a little background, like how was your academics and what led you to this business management program? Why only this program?
Okay, so when I was in my 12th, business was a subject that fascinated me the most because I belong from a business family. I've seen my dad run a business since I was a child, so it always fascinated me how exactly a business runs. So I just wanted to study about it, and yeah, it was the curiosity that led me there.
All right.
Yeah.
So since at the beginning I said that you completed 24 courses through UPI study. How did you got to know about UPI study? Like कैसे पता चला? किसी और से पूछा या आपको खुद कहीं you have seen an online advertisement or something?
No,
How
no,
is
no.
it?
किसी से पूछा नहीं. It's a funny story actually. It was late
Please
at
tell us.
night,
Yeah.
and I was just searching through prospects कि क्या करा जा सकता है, क्योंकि usually मैंने जिनसे बात करी थी consultants and everyone, they told me to take diploma and उसे करो, फिर वहाँ पर स्टडी के बाद ब्रेक लो, फिर उसके बाद काम करो, फिर पीआर लो. सो ये थोड़ा लेंदी एंड कॉस्टली प्रोसेस लग रहा था मेरे को, तो मैं ऐसी प्रॉस्पेक्ट्स देख रहा था. और तो आई केम अक्रॉस यूपीआई's वीडियो, लाइक द फर्स्ट वीडियो. सो इट वाज सो fascinating. They were offering admission in directly third year. I was like,
Yeah.
wow. So I reached out to them and I took counseling from them. I got connected with Mr. Manit sir, and one thing led to another and I chose it.
Okay, since you said that one thing led to another, how was the transition like moving to Canada from India? Obviously, there is there's a lot of pressure in the mind. The transition is very hectic, very confusing. How was it?
Going abroad for studies at a such young age is always challenging for students because life there changes completely. In India, people have luxuries of home, cars, mother, home cooked food.
Yeah.
But there we have no one. We are self-dependent. We have to do everything on our own, like working and studying, even cooking, cleaning, everything. So it is quite a lot challenging initially, but as time passes by, things get easy once you make friends over there and
Yeah.
you get to know the culture, the place, everything becomes on track.
Yeah. So you said challenges. Is there any specific one which you want to address?
Uh, the one I faced the most was of food because I was not such a good cook. So yeah, I used to miss my mom's food a lot.
Okay. So now do you cook?
Yeah, well,
What do you cook?
everything. Now,
Great,
like
great.
I have a master chef.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So since we're talking about the UPI study, like, did your UPI coursework help you in your education in the university itself?
It did actually. It did inherited me a quality that of self study basically because in India when you were in 10th, 11th, 12th we have a habit of going to tuitions and being
Yeah.
dependent upon the teachers, but going through the courses through UPI the studies were online, so there was a portal with all the material there. If I had any doubt teachers were there to explain me, so I was like I had to study it on my own, which is a really crucial thing to
Yeah.
have because there also you don't have that much tuition available because professors are always there to explain you, teach you, but by the end of the day you are the one who does the assignment, who do everything. So yeah, and it also the courses that UPI had to offer me was like super easily explained to me, so I didn't face any kind of problem understanding the concept of the process. So
All right. So, when you think of studying abroad, a lot of students who are watching you right now, they might have a question that what does it feel like? Do you have any, specific memorable memory or memorable thing that you can share?
the fun fact about me was that I used to live there with my childhood friends because, whom by the way I suggested the UPI course, so they just
Oh,
came along with me. So it was quite a little easier for me to adjust into the environment because I was there with my friends.
yeah.
But it's so confusing because you get to see a lot of ethnicity. So it can be confusing at times because change of culture is huge. It's fun though because you get to know more culture, you get more experiences, you learn new languages.
So, have you learned any new language
I didn't
till
know
now?
Punjabi before, but now I do.
Really?
I do.
All right, that's great. So, any anecdote which you want to share?
As
Like any kissa, any kahani which you have, some funny story.
uh,
You said you really live with your childhood friends there.
yeah, so I
So,
don't. I have to put a filter on what I have to tell and what not. So
no, don't worry.
yeah, so I had many friends who were from Canada, who were from Nigeria, so like from all around the globe.
Yeah,
So making them talk in our language, making them eat our food, eating their food,
yeah.
like exchange of cultures, that was super heartwarming and everything.
Okay, so from how many countries do you have friends there?
I have from Canada, I have from Japan, I have from China,
Mm-hmm.
few from Philippines, Nigeria, Jamaica, like everything.
That's great. Okay, so let's switch back to the education thing. Like, how did your perspective changed in terms of education, in terms of the quality that you like felt there?
I felt that the quality of education is actually high over there because it's more about the practical life they are teaching you over there. It's not just about the academic thing, it's about the thing you gain as an international student as well. Uh, the values are also important for
Yeah.
us to gain, to grow, as well as the academics is also important for me. And even the professors over there, वो लोग ज़्यादा real life example से link करके आपको चीज़ें समझाते हैं और सिखाते हैं जो कि आप connect कर सकते हो ज़्यादा easily. So I thought मेरे को personally ये चीज़ ज़्यादा better लगी as compared to
Yeah. So that means more like it's more practical than theoretical, right?
yes.
Have you like developed any skill which which can help you in your future career?
Yes, I did. The thing which I would consider most important for me would be communication. Like communicating with n number of people every day, making new connections, making new friends isn't easy for
Definitely.
everyone. So mastering it would be a skill, I would say, because it was going to help me in future as well. Because I can go in sales because I am okay to talk to people. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And they say communication is the
The
key.
key is the key, yeah.
So yeah, all right. So okay, moving on to the UPI part, how did it benefited you? Like, what is the most basic benefit you feel after taking the UPI study?
So, as I said that I took 24 course bundle from UPI Study,
Yeah.
so that saved me a lot of money, because if not, I would have taken a diploma course, paid the fees there, paid my livings there,
Yeah.
taxes, and then also I would have gained diploma, not a degree.
Yeah.
So UPI just exempted all of that expenses for me. So approximately, if not UPI, I would have spent approximately $60,000. But just because I came across UPI, I just ended up investing like 10% of it.
A lot of your friends might be doing the studying and graduating. So how do you feel? You are doing your graduation like in advance. How does it feel like?
It always feels good because you are ahead of the people you started with.
Yeah.
So yeah, it always feels good. I'm surrounded with people who are elder than me and who are doing more in life. I get to know people with more experience, hear from them, learn from them. So it's always good.
Okay. So, any piece of advice you want to give to the students who are planning to study abroad through UPI or like any which way possible?
It's a good experience, and one gains a lot of value out of the life that he lives there, because being self dependent is really challenging. It nurtures you. So it's always good to have that experience. It makes you stronger, and it makes mama proud.
That's great. So, is there any common misconception that you feel that this was a misconception, but now you think no, this is not true?
Yeah, I did actually. Hearing that UPI helps me getting admitted directly into the third year was kind of a misconception for me. You know,
Yeah,
it
that doesn't seem
sounds,
realistic.
yeah,
Yeah.
but as I went outside, I learned that the education system outside works a lot like that, because you have to do courses in order to complete your degree,
Yeah.
and I did the same courses back in my home country, so it saved me. So no more misconception from me.
All right. So, like, what are your plans for the future? Like, what will you do now? Because you're
So
already in the fourth year.
yeah, so I came back to India because I wanted to visit my family, and so I took a semester break. So I would be going back to Canada in a couple of days. I would be completing my degree, and I would be fetching a job, either remote job or on-site job, which would help me get my PR. So yeah, and I'm planning to get into consulting. So
Okay, so when we were talking off the camera, I heard you saying doing some part-time job. Can you please tell our audience like what part-time jobs are there? What things they can do?
there are many part-time jobs available. Like for me, I did work in restaurants, hotels, gas stations. So the part-time, for to live there, you don't want your parents to be feeling that they have to send you money for your living, because now you're abroad. If you're doing everything yourself, I
Definitely.
think you should start a little bit of earning yourself, and you can sustain well if you do a part-time job over there. Like basic expenses like rent, bills, groceries, you can just manage.
So this
So
all can be managed from a part-time job.
yes, I did.
So do you think this is also a misconception that okay, you don't get a part-time job and it costs so much?
It depends upon the area you live, because in a densely populated area, you might not get a job. But if you're going to a place like I did, Prince Edward Island, it's like a town with less number of people. So I have availability of jobs over there. So it was easy for me to get a job.
All right. So, thank you so much. Thank you for sharing the valuable insights, your experiences. It was really exciting. Any thing which you want to say to our audience or to the students who want to study abroad, just like you?
Yeah, like take it easy, guys. It's not that life isn't that hard that people makes you think it is. Just take it easy, have fun, and if you have any doubts, I'll be giving you my LinkedIn or Instagram. You
Sure,
can
sure.
mention it, and you guys can reach out to me.
Yes. Okay, so that's the wrap up for the episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you also want to study abroad and make your study abroad dreams come true, then visit acadfly.com. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time.